Independent educational content. Views and opinions are entirely my own and do not reflect the official policies or positions of Akamai Technologies. All right, welcome back to The Explainer. I'm super excited you're here today because we're jumping straight into a highly authoritative, purely educational deep dive on a really critical piece of web infrastructure. Let's get right to it. Independent educational content. Views and opinions are entirely my own and do not reflect the official policies or positions of Akamai Technologies. Okay, with that covered, today we are looking at a technology that practically runs invisibly in the background of your favorite websites, yet fundamentally shapes how you experience the modern internet. We're unpacking Akamai's Image and Video Manager. If you're a web architect, developer, or an IT leader trying to balance gorgeous web design with lightning-fast load times, you are in exactly the right place. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. Number 1, the rich media dilemma. 2, meet Image and Video Manager. 3, how optimization actually works. And 4, benefits for your business. Let's go. Starting with Section 1, the rich media dilemma, the hidden cost of visual experiences. We've all been there, right? You click a product page or maybe load up a news article and you're just staring at a spinning wheel where a high-res image or a video should be. So it really begs the question, in this era of 5G and ubiquitous broadband, why do videos still fail to play? Why do they load at an absolute crawl? Why does rich media so often just totally ruin the user experience? Because as we know, delivering media is way more complex than just hitting send on a file. You see, there's this massive tug-of-war happening behind the screens. On one side, you've got high-fidelity expectations. Brands want to basically replicate physical environments online, right? Stunning, high-def videos, interactive 360-degree views, giant hero images to drive engagement. But then, bam, you crash right into high-latency cellular realities. Those gorgeous user experiences require massive files. And when you combine crazy byte weights with unpredictable cellular networks and wildly fragmented browser support for next-gen codecs, well, the system just breaks down. The videos fail to play, or they take forever to load. Honestly, it's an immense, crushing burden on web teams who are stuck manually optimizing every single piece of media for every possible device and browser out there. It's a nightmare. Which brings us to Section 2. Meet Image and Video Manager. Intelligent optimization on the fly. So, how do we actually bridge that gap between expectation and reality? Well, enter Akamai Image and Video Manager. It's a SaaS solution that intelligently and, more importantly, automatically optimizes images and videos on the fly. It figures out the absolute ideal quality, format, and size for every single user's device, their specific browser, and their unique network connection. And here is the real kicker for developers. It's a completely hands-off approach. It requires 0 changes to your original code, your files, or your origin servers. None. It basically just intercepts the delivery process, does its magic, and saves you from having to completely rebuild your infrastructure. Section 3. How optimization actually works. The engine room. Let's dive in. Let's slow down for a second and look at the actual architecture of that hands-off approach. Here, you're seeing the journey of a single pristine visual asset. Over on the left, you've got your origin, your digital asset manager or CMS, where the creative team uploads their massive, high-quality files. Now, instead of your servers struggling to process and serve those heavy files directly to the end user on the right, Akamai sits perfectly in the middle. It acts as this incredibly smart bridge, intercepting that pristine file and dynamically optimizing the media while it's in transit. It all breaks down into a really clean 4-step workflow. Step 1. You just point Image and Video Manager to your file origin, like your CMS or DAM. Step 2, and this is where the heavy lifting happens. When a user requests a file, the system automatically creates optimized derivative versions. It actually looks at the specific user and calculates the best possible combination of quality, format, and resolution. We're talking dynamic selection of next-gen codecs for iOS, Android, Chrome, whatever. Step 3, those new optimized derivatives are cached at the Akamai edge, so you aren't bloating your own servers with thousands of file variations. Akamai holds them right at the edge of the network, as close to the user as possible. And finally, Step 4, delivery. The system instantly delivers that perfectly tailored file, so the user gets a flawless visual experience, whether they're on a massive fiber optic desktop setup or a 5-year-old smartphone with 1 bar of service. And that leads us to Section 4, benefits for your business. Turning technical workflows into ROI. Before we get to the broad business benefits, I've got to highlight this wild number, 30 plus. Because Image and Video Manager doesn't just compress files, it actually performs over 30 artistic transformations, all in real time.
Think automated face cropping so the subject is always perfectly centered in a thumbnail, or real-time watermarks, chroma key, color changes, and even interactive 360-degree views. It completely transforms the creative workflow. You're taking this massive burden off your designers, who'd normally have to manually crank out dozens of versions of the exact same image.
And that ties right into the core business benefits. First off, you're boosting SEO. Search engines absolutely prioritize fast-loading pages. So lowering your byte weight without losing visual quality is a massive win for your rankings. Second, you eliminate all those brutal, error-prone manual processes. Your DevOps and creative teams are finally free to actually innovate, instead of just resizing JPEGs all afternoon. Third, you're dramatically slashing storage and network egress costs. You're transmitting fewer bytes and storing all those derivatives on Akamai's edge network, not your own pricey cloud infrastructure. And lastly, you're automating your responsive web design. It ensures this perfectly seamless cross-device experience that keeps customers engaged and actually drives conversions. So I want to leave you with this one thought to chew on regarding your own architecture. Really, how much time are your teams wasting on manual media optimization right now instead of rethinking your broader responsive web design strategy? Because if your developers are bogged down managing codecs and compressing files, they definitely aren't building the next big feature for your customers. An automated SaaS solution like Akamai Image and Video Manager might just be the exact thing you need to unlock both lightning-fast user experiences and some much-needed operational freedom for your teams. Something to think about. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep exploring, keep optimizing, and I will catch you in the next deep dive.